Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Her. Today we're going to be doing a little something different. It's going to be a reaction video to the Dogecoin Millionaire's video about regretting not selling and regretting some of the choices that he made while promoting and investing in Dogecoin. Now, I just want to be clear up front. This is not a video about, I was right, he was wrong. It's not about being spiteful or hateful or anything like that. This is, I would say, out of all reaction videos, I would say that, in terms of what he did, it's very transparent. I applaud him for that. I definitely think that he was an experienced investor coming into the game, and he even will admit that. We'll talk about that a little bit as we watch, the portion or the clip that I'm about to show you. So, all of us came on very strong. I think the main reason why I wanted to make this video was not to highlight people's failures, but to show what we can do in investing. What can we do better? What can we learn from this experience? Because he's going through it right now. We've all gone through this. The things that he went through and are going through, I went through myself. We all know the struggles. We've traded penny stocks. We traded altcoins. We've traded everything under the sun, and we definitely know what the situation is. And we know heartbreak. We know what a trade is when it goes to zero. Dogecoin is not at zero, but I just kind of want to give you my perspective. One of the things, if you've been a follower on this channel for a long time, I've been actually commenting on this for a long time as well. But let's get into it. For those that don't know, Dogecoin actually hit an all-time high of 74 cents. Right now it's trading at a little bit over 6 cents. Sure, it's up 11,000%, but right now, most people got in when it was getting popular back in January 2021, February 2021, March, that kind of thing, and then it skyrocketed, right? So I'm going to play you the clip, and we're going to talk about basically what we can learn from this experience, what he's learning as a YouTuber, as a person. So let's play the clip here.
I don't think I've ever come on my channel and talked to you guys about that day back in May of 2021 when I was up $2.9 million, almost $3 million. And if I regret not selling, right? It's so funny because I never thought the comments would get to what they're at now. Let's just go through my comment section. Everybody's just making fun of me. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I should have sold. Just mean comments, just jerk comments, just a lot of hate that I'm getting right now.
And let's talk about that for a second. The same people that are hating in the comments are most likely the same person or the same people that were egging him on to hold. And, as somebody that, runs a community such as he does, I'm more options trading, futures trading, stocks and stuff like that. But if everyone in the comments and you're all new to this, YouTube is a lot. This gateway to the internet, this is, a big thing, right? Where the comments, you can either care about them, not care about them, but as a new YouTuber, as someone new to this, I'm sure he cares a lot about the comments that he's getting on his channel, and the pressure is just so quick that those same people that were telling him diamond hand hold are now just hate, calling him dumb, which is, it's totally uncalled for, totally unfair.
I never thought it'd get to this. I never thought it would like kind of flip on me like that. You know what I mean? Like, because back then I actually thought I was standing for something. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to hold down a community. I was trying to kind of push this new agenda, this Dogecoin agenda forward, preach about cryptocurrency, bring people into cryptocurrency. I feel like I helped a lot of people become interested, in crypto. And even if they didn't buy Dogecoin, they bought Ethereum, they bought Bitcoin, they bought Cardano, they bought something else. I hope that I had a positive impact on a lot of people last year. And I felt like at that time, it was more important for me to just kind of like hold it down for everybody and I just, dump on everyone and like, peace out, I'm cashing out, I'm gonna go chill on an island somewhere. Like, I actually wanted to do good. You know what I mean? That was the whole point of me holding that.
Now, like, this is where, I mean, he cares so much about his community that he's willing to take losses and not see straight because of what he is trying to build. And when you take your eye off the investment, when you don't have an exit strategy, when you don't know, when you're going to get out or what your actual goals are, and he does talk about some of his goals, and we'll talk about that in a second, but if you don't have a plan and you're just focused on, the limelight, it's easily to get distracted and lose focus of what actually is going on. You're holding for the wrong reasons. You're not holding as an investment anymore. You're holding for other purposes that are gonna propel your own future, your own growth, versus the actual investment itself, which is one of the first mistakes that you make in terms of investing.
Diamond handing, like, I don't know. I feel like I truly believed and still believe in Dogecoin. I truly believe that this is going to be the way of the future, and apparently we're still early. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, if I could, I'll put it this way: if I could go back in time in my DeLorean, if you watch the Graham video, you get my reference. If I could go back in time in my DeLorean, would I have sold all $3 million worth of Dogecoin and just pieced out and just went away somewhere and just said screw everybody? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have sold all $3 million worth of Dogecoin, but I do believe that I would have sold $1 million. I would have been okay with that. Because I feel like, in a sense, that would have solidified me as the Dogecoin millionaire, right? Because I made $1 million off Dogecoin. It would have been a win-win situation for me.
So this is where it gets very interesting for me, where he starts to now, contemplate, okay, would I sell the whole 3 million? And the answer is no. Right? Versus a few months ago or a year ago, he was like, I'm diamond handing it. This is what, we think it's going to go to $1. We're going to diamond hand it. But now, as an investor, he's starting to learn, and this is something that we definitely need to take note. Hey, secure some profit, secure the bag. It is not guaranteed ever. I mean, it could be the best investment in the world, but take some off the table, right? And that's one of the things that I've been trying to teach. And I didn't hold as much Dogecoin as he did, but in January of 2021, I invested $200. I turned $200 basically into $1,500 here, as you can see here. So about my buy, but as you can see here, I scaled out of these positions, right? So in January, I bought $200 worth. In April, I sold $200 worth right here, and I secured my profits. So I secured my actual initial investment off the first time that I put it in here. And this is how I invest. This is how I trade. This is how I do things. Like, Dogecoin wasn't a big holding for me, but I was messing around with it a little bit. Of course, I bought on a Robinhood because that's the Dogecoin thing to do. So I bought it on a Robinhood. But as you can see here, my buy and sells, I took a little bit along the way. I sold some at 55 cents. I sold the remaining of my holdings at 69 cents, and I just pieced out. I haven't touched it since then. And that's the way that I like to invest. And this is what he is discovering now, is take a little bit along the way, pay some bills. If you're up $3 million, take 500K, whatever, or maybe just take out your initial investment. If you put in 100K, 200K, take out 200K, let the rest ride. That way your initial capital is secure. You could use it for other projects. You could use it for other businesses, and you're not actually going to be stressing over, but he was so concerned about, making the community mad that he's taking on massive losses right now.
At that time, because the way that I was looking at it, I was so gung-ho and I was so pumped, in playing this role and playing this part and helping people see the way of the future, that I just neglected myself, my loved ones. At that time, it was more important to kind of stand for something and believe in something with my whole heart. You know what I mean? I would have sold $1 million.
And I will say here that he is really I mean, I would say in terms of transparency, I really look up to this because he's putting everyone in front of him, in front of himself. Basically, he's saying he put his, friends and family and everybody in front of him, and he's the one that came last. But in investing, if you come last, you're going to lose. You're going to lose, and you're going to lose big.
It's funny because I talked to Andre, I had talked to Graham, I talked to Meet Kevin, and everybody said the same thing: sell, 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 sell. And I was holding strong. I was diamond handing. I was saying I'm not gonna sell. And it was either like one way or the other, right? Let's say Dogecoin did hit $1, then I completed not the task, but like that would have been a milestone for everybody holding Dogecoin, and I would have sold $1 million, which is what I had told people. I would have sold a percentage of it when we hit $1. A lot of people in the comment section now are just saying, "Oh, you were too greedy. You were too greedy." It was.
Now let's go back to that, because that's one thing I've been actually thinking about for a while. Is everybody on Twitter, on YouTube, on everywhere, any financial service, they're like, I'm gonna hold Doge to $1, Doge to $1. Listen, if everybody is in the same boat, going to the same place, and going to sell at the same time, it's most likely not going to work out. And this is why we call ourselves here us versus herd. You gotta look at the situation. What is everybody doing? And I'm not saying you have to go against everybody, like short stuff and go crazy like that. But I'm just saying, okay, if everybody is that into it and everyone has the same goal of $1 being selling Dogecoin, it's most likely not going to work out. Maybe it does by fluke, and sometimes wrong, but most times, 90% of the time, I would say, most times, it's not going to work out the way that you think it's going to work out. If everybody has the same goal, and he's like, I had the task of getting it to $1, but what were you doing to get it to $1? You were making YouTube videos, you were trying to pump, you're trying to bring people in, right? But you don't actually know if it can go to $1. You don't have the power to make it go to $1, right? And then the whole market fell apart and it never made $1. And then everybody that was in this, basically, investment is now holding and holding as well as people just unloading onto those people. Like people were just starting to unload, right? And that's where like for me, if everybody is looking at the market the same way, it doesn't get that. It's not that easy. Not everybody makes money in the market, and that's the way it's been designed since the beginning of time. Whether you were investing in, rocks, gold, silver, stocks, penny stocks, crypto, Forex, whatever the case is, if everybody's on the same boat, and we saw the same thing with the meme stocks, we've seen the same thing with crypto, we're seeing the same thing in regular stocks as well, with a lot of these stocks being down right now, that, everyone's just holding the bag, and everyone had a specific goal, and now a lot of people sold, are happy that they sold, but the people that are not are, kind of in a similar situation as this guy, that they just don't know what to do. They're just going to hold, I guess. They don't have a plan. And that's the thing about investing. You have to have a plan when it goes for you and when it goes against you. And there has to be a plan when you talk to a lot of these people. Like, what if it doesn't get to $1, right? What was the plan if it doesn't get to $1? Scale out. That's the plan. That's what the plan needs to be. But a lot of these people that came into the market have never invested a dime in the market, have no idea how to get ripped off in the market. And the reason why, like, people like me know this is because these things happened to me. They're happening to him right now, and you can't. Eventually, you're gonna have. It's a learning curve, right? If some people quit, some people push on. People that push on, like myself, are gonna learn from these mistakes, and I think that he's gonna learn from these mistakes as well if he keeps pushing on, right?
It was not about being greedy. Trust me. If I was greedy, I would have just cashed out. Like, it was not about being greedy at all. But if it hit $1, then I would have felt, like my role was complete. I would have, like I said, helped people see the way, hit an incredible milestone with Dogecoin, been able to cash out a little bit of money, and win in a way, right? I would have won, right? On the other hand, Dogecoin could crash like it did and like it has, and I would have lost, right? In a sense. And a win-win at that time would have been cashing out a little bit and still having a little bit in there. Would I have gotten hate for it? Probably. If I'd have cashed out, I probably would have got hate. There was a lot of pressure on me at the time. There was a lot of things happening all at once. You got to understand, the first time I ever thought about cryptocurrency, the first time I ever looked into cryptocurrency, the first time I ever bought cryptocurrency was in February of 2021, right? So literally 2 months later, 69 days later, I become a millionaire. I didn't expect that to happen. I thought it was going to take a year. Like, I was still sure that it was going to happen. I thought it was going to take a year or two. So this all happens like a surprise. There was no plan. You know what I mean? Like, I had nothing. Like, okay, if this happens in a month or two, like who would have thought that that would have happened, right? So there was no strategy there. Like, when it happened, I was like, okay, I don't even know what to do at this time. And I'm getting, I'm doing interviews left and right. I'm busy, I'm flying, I'm doing this, I'm doing videos with everyone. Like, there's so much happening and there's so much going on and there's so much pressure put on me, because it's almost like all eyes on me at that time, that I wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to, like I said, stand for something. I wanted to believe and show people that crypto is the future and to believe in it as well. That's what I.
So I'll leave the link in the description. You can watch the rest of it. I'm not going to cover that, but he basically is saying, he was a new investor and all of this stuff. I mean, I guess he does have a point. Like, he just started investing, never invested before, and within 3 months, 69 days, not even 3 months, he became not only a millionaire but also multimillionaire in a very short time frame. And then he was on CNBC. They had him on there. A lot of YouTubers like Graham Stephan had him on, Meet Kevin. A lot of these big YouTubers had him on, and we're just talking about it and just trying to coax them. But I would say, like, as a new investor, like, why didn't he sell? Is because he was inexperienced. He never had a plan. It's always, as an investor, like, if it always worked out for you, you never have any, like, battle scars to go back on and say, oh, well, last time this happened, I lost a lot of money, which he's going through right now. So this experience is probably going to make him a great investor in the future. But right now he's going through it. He's going through the learning curve of, hey, it doesn't actually always work out. Right? And that's one thing that we have to take a note from this. And one of the things that we all live through, especially now in these times, right, is in bear markets and bull markets, secure some profits. Have a plan, right? Have a plan. Scale out of the position. You could always get back in on the dips if you still believe on it. If you could still add to it, but you have to secure the bag, because, I mean, what's the point? What's the point of investing if you're not making any money? Right? You don't do it just for sport, or maybe some people do it for gambling. But at Us Versus Herd, we do it to make money. We make money in the market by we put money in and we expect to take more money out. And that's the thing, like, that's what everyone expects. And I remember, back in the meme mania and the crypto mania and all of that, all these people were texting me. People were like, hey, should I do this? Should I do that? I'm like, listen, if you never invested in before, this is not, if you want to take a chance. But I mean, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're getting into. Like, this game is far more complex than any of us know it to be, right? There's a lot of powers that be that can crush you. And there's, the market. I mean, some people are like, oh, there's no way it can go down 90%. No way it can go down to 0%. Like Luna, for example, people would, like, if you told people that 6 months ago, people are like, no way. Now look at it. And now you have a lot of crypto brokerages halting, withdrawals. They're getting crushed by this. I mean, when you're an investor and when you're a trader, the impossible does happen. So you have to prepare for that. So hope this video was helpful to you. Leave a comment. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's Us Versus Herd.